All right, we're here with John Boren. He is the supervisor, the superintendent of roads here at West Jordan City, right?
Yep.
John, how long you been with West Jordan City?
About 29 years. 29
years. So I imagine you've seen every aspect of road repairs that you could imagine in the 29 years.
Yes.
You now have been an owner of the Asphalt Zipper for, I believe, what, 5, 6 years?
Yes, about 5 years we've had the Asphalt Zipper.
About 5 years. This project that we did here this morning, you were telling me that it's a typical project for you, 200 feet long and about 16 feet wide.
Yes, yes, typical dig out and road repair project. You know, a bad section of road that's been pumping, you know, and having some base failure problems. You know, we can do 2, maybe 3 that size in a day, dig it out, cut, grade, and pave it in a day.
And that's a typical crew for you of 4 to 5 guys?
Yes.
Well, tell me, before you were doing it this way, how were you doing these? Or were you able to be proactive rather than reactive with your roads?
I mean, the costs back then, you know, material-wise was a little bit cheaper, but today's cost of materials, asphalt, road base, bank run, everything cost a lot more than what it did back then. You know, and back then it took you a day to come out and saw cut and prep, and then another day to come back in, dig it out, haul it to the landfill, then another day you come back in and put the repair back in, you know. Today we can go out, we can cut a project 16 feet, 200 feet long, we can cut it in 15 minutes. That's a full depth, 12 inches.
We're able to give small cities the affordable way to do it.
Yes.
And is that what you found, or?
Yeah, that was my presentation to city council for years. You know, it took me a few years to get the machine, is what you do with the material. You know, when you do a full depth, you dig it out, your dig out material, you stockpile and use it. You know, everything that we zip, we don't haul anything to the landfill. We'll haul it to Asphalt Materials, will buy it from us, or we'll haul it to our yard and stockpile it, you know, and we use it for all of our trails, parking lots, overflow parking lots. We use it for all our shoulder work now, you know, and the cost savings on recycling rather than hauling to the landfill is phenomenal. Cost to do a full reconstruct on a side road like this, you know, is phenomenal, but we can come in, do a full depth, take it out, pave it for probably less than a quarter of the cost of a full rebuild.
That's pretty amazing.
Oh, actually, very amazing, you know. And it's just like all the material we're doing today. I won't haul any material in for subbase. I'll keep all the material I haul out of here, and my costs asphalt.
So not only material costs that you're saving, what about in time? I mean, time has got to be so valuable, because first off, being in a state where we have a lot of rain and snow and things like that, you don't have a lot of days, I imagine, to be in the street.
No.
What kind of time is the machine saving you and doing this process?
Oh, I'd say it's not just hours, it's days is what it saves. I can go out what takes me 3 days, I can do in 1 day. You know, and the time on that is, you just can't beat it, you know. I haven't really ran the solid numbers on it, but like I say, what takes me 3 days, I just did in 15 minutes.
In the 5 years that you've owned this machine, I think going on your 6th, how many times over do you think you've paid for that machine?
Oh, I think I could have bought it probably about 3, 4 of them.
3, 4 of them?
Easy, easy, you know. I like doing full depth, you know, because it's the material that's failing underneath the road. I get to mix that together, and it binds together, and the compaction's phenomenal, you know, and you get some of that out there, and that cost savings is great.
I asked you how our service department has treated you, and your reply to me was was kind of shocking. I've
owned the machine for 5 years and it's never broke down.
So you really don't know.
I've never really called you. You guys call me. You know, the only thing I get is some bits here and there, you know, but I've never had the machine break down before, so I don't know.
I say that's a good thing, right?
It's awesome.
I know they'll take care of you, though, if you need be, but that's a good thing.
No, it is I haven't had 1 ounce of problem with that machine since the day we've owned it. And we run it hard every spring. We run it in the winter time. It's available for the water and the storm drain sewer departments. They use it in the winter time when they got to lay pipe or anything like that. They'll go out and do a full depth, mill the road down and leave it, and then lay their pipe. You know, we use it in the winter time because it's so hard to cut through asphalt in the winter time. I know a lot of guys out there and a lot of guys in the utility divisions that have to go out there on a water break, you know, when it's below 0 and try to jackhammer or run a saw through that. It takes you hours to do a 12 by 12 cut for a water break. We go out there, we can drop this in there and do it in 15 minutes or less. You know, the biggest time it takes for us is get to the job site, from the shop to the job site, you know. But they've utilized that in the winter time. We had some training with them. The utilities use it now, you know, and they'll back the machine up, you know. Going out in the winter time and doing a job. The summertime, if they got a big project, we'll go pulverize that, mill that job site, and then we'll leave, you know. And then we'll let them go to town on it, digging it, you know.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I know that the road department supervisors and, you know, your job is challenging in so many ways, but we know that citizens make a lot of phone calls when the roads are rough and not in what they believe should be the smooth conditions.
Yeah.
Has this helped minimize some of those? I mean, obviously being able to be proactive in that, is it helped take a little bit of that off you?
A lot of it.
A lot of it. How much longer would you say doing it with full depth reclamation, recycling the product, is lasting you on a repair than maybe a mill and fill or an old type of method where you were doing it before? Are you not touching that road for a few years longer or down the road? So are they lasting?
Quite a few years.
You're finding that?
Yeah, and I've even, you know, a lot of that we do that we come back in, we'll come back in right behind it. Instead of do a full overlay, we'll come in and do a slurry seal or a chip seal on it now, instead of doing a full pave. You know, you just can't beat it, you know.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations and thank you for sharing your success with doing full depth reclamation and the Asphalt Zipper with many others out there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, save the dumps.
Save the dumps. Save the dumps. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
John.